Over the last decade, there has been a massive uprising in women's football. This is reflected through the media, the culture, and the statistics. But who is responsible for supporting this? What's it like for the next generations?
I support Aston Villa. Yeah, I've been playing football for a year. Yeah, so I started off at school for football and I played for the school team. I didn't really like football in year 5, but then I played against another team and then I actually started to really enjoy it. And then in year 6 I joined the girls club and then I got selected to play for the team.
Right. I'm just trying to come down here to the place. First noticed that she was into football. She always liked sport, so she's always liked to run around and kick a ball around or throw things around. But probably when she went and had trials to go into the football club at school in year 6, and then just really kind of got into it from then.
And then in year 7 there's not been a team yet, but I used to play for Oasis Academy, but there weren't many girls there and I wasn't really getting passed to. So I moved to an all-girls team at the 3Cs.
We popped her into Oasis Lionhearts just because it was down the road and nice and simple. It didn't really work out for her, but one of her friends that she played with at primary school plays for a team and contacts and said come along, and so she did. So now her and one of her best friends and another one of her friends are all playing there and really enjoying it.
So it was a mixed team, but there were only 2 girls in it, and then all my friends joined. But then they left, so it was just me, and in like a 20-minute game I might get passed to once, but like even if I had space the boys weren't really passing to me, which I found quite annoying. And I definitely feel like I'm getting more opportunities, as in being passed to and like being able to score goals in that team that I was in Oasis, and I'm enjoying it more there. Going from a mixed team to an all-girls team, it's changed because I'm getting passed to a lot more, and as I said, I'm getting more opportunities to I'm getting the ball, people are passing to me and I'm able to score goals as well.
She's moved on from year 6 and in year 7 hopefully she will be in the year 7 and 8 football team, but there's not as many opportunities at the moment at a secondary school as there was at a primary school.
I try and practice in the garden with my brother and then I'll play on Tuesdays as well. It's quite competitive, the matches are quite competitive, but when you're just training, it's quite friendly. All the people, they encourage you, the coaches, they really encourage you to try and keep going, even if you made a mistake. A lot of my friends, they played, and then there were quite a lot of year 5 girls who played as well. But when we went in to try and see if we could get into the team, there were a lot of girls who wanted to get in. I think there are a few less girls playing in year 7 than there were in year 6, and definitely less girls wanting to get in.
So Esther got a lot better really quickly over a few months, and I think one of the reasons was she had a female coach at school, part of a sports coaching project, who's a good footballer herself, which was coached by a female, and then it was an all-girls team, and she got really good really quick. To the point where I would go and watch her and be like, how did she get that good? And I was like, oh, she's really good. I love football, but I wouldn't say I got them into it. I think that's all down to primary school. I do play with them kind of out on the field and stuff, but it's mainly school that they've really developed their skills. At primary school, went to watch you most of your tournaments, didn't I? If I couldn't get there to the start, I'd get there near the end. There's probably only one I didn't go and watch you in, because they were always after school, so that was really good. And then I watched some of your training sessions, not all of them because I don't have to and I've got other things to do sometimes, but I usually try and watch the last 20 minutes when you're playing a match. I kind of always imagined probably like when they were little of me being like able to like, you know, go and play football all the time with them, and I do play football with them, but actually you realise that I don't have any coaching qualifications or anything like that, so when we play it's more like a kickabout and just having fun, whereas like when she's getting coaching, like she's learning how to do it properly and technique and all of that kind of stuff, and she picked up the simple things really well, but the biggest thing for her was getting confidence. Like she's not a massively confident individual, wasn't like a couple of years ago, but her last 2 years of primary school and then into year 7, like part of the reason she's confident as she is because, you know, she's excelled in things like football and other things like music and stuff like that, but it's given her self-belief and confidence, and that's down to like good coaching and people encouraging her.
It's a different variation. Okay, and the other team, orange coat for me. And we do need some balls. We've got all balls.
Am I supposed to stand here?
Go for it.
So maybe I should.
You've got to this end, come round it. And what I want to see is a long pass from here with some hod. So like that.
I'm Chris Evans. I'm manager of Wolverley under-13s girls football team. I've been doing this since the girls were under 8, so for a number of years. UEFA B coach, and I run the team with my co-coach Beth and also Alan. And we play in the Mercian League, which is a Worcestershire league. Okay, so today we're specifically looking at our formation is a diamond midfield, 4 diamond midfielders, a defensive midfielder, a left midfielder, a right midfielder, and attacking midfielder. So this session is particularly focusing on those 4 working together and keeping the passing nice and tight and keeping moving, and then when the play breaks down, resetting those positions. So that's what we're doing here. And over there we've got one of our goalkeepers who's working with Alan, our goalkeeper coach, and they're doing distribution, so receiving the ball and then distributing it out.
I'm Alan, I'm the under-13 Wolverley Swans goalkeeper coach. We have 2 goalkeepers in the squad, and I'm trying to help them by sharing the knowledge I've got from when I used to play in goal. And it's great fun. They're really coming along brilliantly. Goalkeepers we've got here are really good. We've got one who's quite a short girl, which has been a challenge for a goalkeeper, but she's developed the ability to leap very well, so she's very agile. And the other girl's a bit taller, but she's very, very solid too. And they're both excellent because they're prepared to question what they're being asked to do, and so they can understand why they're doing it. Today we've been focusing on distributing the ball. So the keeper that we were working with sometimes panics when she has the ball and doesn't know whether to kick it or to throw it. So we've been working on slowing the picture down, calming her down, and giving her some better options to become secure with. She improved a lot tonight. She's got a game. We've got both our keepers play half a game each every week.
I mean, the way our team runs, if a girl wants to come and play for us, as long as we've got space, they can come and play. We don't do trials, so we accept all abilities and then we train them up and coach them up to be a good standard. We've never turned a player away. We've never had a player come to training and say, "Oh, you're not good enough." That's just not how we do it. And we started at under 8s, and we've still got, I think, 5 or 6 of the girls that started with us back then. So as a team, we tend to retain our players quite well. So last season previously we were playing for a different club, but last season we were promoted as champions. So we were in the Mercian League, which is the Worcestershire League. We won the league last season, so we got promoted to the First Division, which is where we are now. And they're doing okay this season. Last season we were doing very well every week. This season it's a bit more of a challenge for them, but that's not a bad thing. I've got two girls. They wanted to get into football and there was no coaches. So we started with a club. They needed a coach and they put me through. So the club then put me through the qualifications. So I did my FA level 1 and now I've done my level 2 as well. So it's new UEFA B, so the next level up. And it went from there and I've been loving it since.
Good. Go on, Maya. Go on, Maya. Right there. Oh.
We could find clubs, but the problem is the coaches. So there's lots of clubs and there's lots of players, but it's somebody having that, somebody who's prepared to stand up and say, I'll coach the team or I'll manage the team. That's where there's a lack. So it's just having a parent or anyone that's interested being brave enough to stand up and say, I'll take it on. Which it's a big commitment. Takes up a lot of my time, but it's very rewarding.
Poppy's there. Poppy's there. Time.
I'm Emily Withers. I'm 40 years old and I live in Tenbury. I'm a local when it comes to the football club. We started up just before COVID hit. The club is already established, so the club is already Tenbury United Youth. It had boys playing from the age of 5 upwards, up to men's, and we were obviously missing the girls section. I have a daughter myself, so I decided that Tenbury needed to have something for these girls to be able to play, and me and another coach got together and we were just sort of like, is there any possibility that we could join Tenbury United Youth Boys and sort of start a girls section to it. And ever since, I mean, the team that we've just been watching, or I coach, is the first team to ever play out of Tenbury United. When they were under 8, they started, and the journey's just gone bigger and bigger and bigger for the club. We now have girls from the age of 5 to under 14s playing. So we have Amelia,
Keegan, Riley, Grace.
come on over and watch this square for me, stand here. So how long have you guys been playing here?
A long time.
A long time.
Probably like, I don't know, 4 years? I don't know.
4 years?
I've played here about a year or 2.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
2 or 3 years? Yeah. And who's the youngest here?
Me.
From a shielding point of view, yeah, what I'd like us to be able to do is be able to turn the ball and make that forward pass. She's shielding the ball. Tegan needs to run around the square here. Right, and Riley's going to turn right and make that.
We're okay. We're not
pretty
the best
well.
at the minute, but
Yeah,
we're getting better.
we've got good teamwork.
Yeah.
We have got good teamwork, haven't we?
Yeah.
What league are we playing in?
Hereford, West, isn't it?
We're playing in the
Yeah.
Hereford League, yeah. Where
Yeah.
did we play last season? What was the league we played in last season?
Mercian.
In the Mercian League, yeah. So we've changed leagues.
You've gone up higher.
Yeah, we've gone a bit higher, haven't we? Yeah, so we're doing really well. We're through to the next stage of the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really good. So you're having a really good season, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who's shielding? You choose. Who's shielding? Nice and high because she needs to control it.
I'm passing to Grace.
Yeah.
I need to get the
Let her get the ball first. Go. Right, so she's shielding it now. That's it. Shield it, shield it, shield it. 4. Keep it in the square, keep it in the square.
4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. Get out the way.
The club's just growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's really amazing to see all these girls are so involved in football. And I currently work at Tenbury High School as a cover supervisor, and yeah, I've been playing or training or coaching football for about 4 seasons now.
Know what shoulder she's on, know what shoulder she's on, pass it, good girl.
Working in a school, it's actually really helped socially as well. It's helped with transition from primary to secondary school. So a lot of the girls that you would have seen tonight, the girls that come on from my team, are girls that have come from primary school and already know all the girls that are in high school purely from football. They've made amazing friends, and it's something I'm really proud of. My daughter plays, my sons play for the boys. It's a real family environment, and you know what? It's amazing. The Lionesses are a massive thing at the moment, and I've got a lot of girls that really want to drive their future through football. So it's really good, really exciting.
I think it's great that, you know, Miss Withers, Emily Withers, has made a girls' team, and there's like really big in Tenbury now, which is, I think, is really good. Gives loads of the girls good opportunities, and it's just nice to see girls playing football.
How often do we train?
Once a week, but that once a week's like quite a lot, and it gives us like what we need to do in our games to improve.
Every Thursday we train. Some of our girls also play for other teams as well. We like to encourage the girls to go into development squads to further their game and further them as players, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. I think it's really, really important that we get the girls not just playing with the same girls every week, but having the diversity of playing with different players of different levels. And they're fairly new programmes that have just been brought on, so it's a really exciting time for the girls to be playing football. Two-touch pass. Sorry, we've done two-touch pass. We've done shielding. We've got moving the ball forward. Okay. All I'm going to ask is, can I have a volunteer?
No. Come on.
We want a really big come on Tenbury. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Come on,
Yeah, so we've obviously it's going into November time now, so we need to protect our pitches, which is where we normally train, and it's getting dark obviously, so that's why we've moved to this indoor venue for the first time. And it just lets us play a little bit different football as well, more of a futsal type, fast-paced, kind of small area game. But then we will be moving back to our winter training venue, which is like an Astro pitch from next week.
I've known a lot of the girls since I was like 6. And so like it's like a bit of a break from everything else because they don't go to my school, so it's like a break from everything else. At school you get judged for playing football, but here like you don't get judged.
And when I used to play football at my school, they just kept on saying stuff about me because I was the only girl that played football. And I felt like there should be a girls football team in year 6, but now there is in year 7.
Because it's like football became a sport from men, and like girls weren't allowed to play for a long time. And it's only recently where it's become okay for girls to play football. And so like at school, a lot of the boys have been brought up to girls can't play football, and it's known as a male-dominant sport. So like for girls to be making that change, they don't like it.
When we were younger, there was only like a few teams that we played, and I remember like the first match we played was like only 3 girls teams, and we didn't really get that kind of competition because there was only 3 girls that played football. Like, on the first team was only like 5 girls, and we had really bad handing down with kits, and I got really good kits. We got loads of girls playing football.
I think we're a better team because we've known each other for so long, so we've kind of developed that bond where we're kind of like a second family, and we're always going to be there for each other, even though we're not in the same school. And I think that definitely puts stuff on the pitch because it makes us all kind of work together a lot more than other teams, because the teams are new and they kind of don't know how to work together as well as us. Like a lot of teams we play, they argue with each other, and like because like we've like kind of grown up together. Like yeah, we've had new people join, but like we always seem to be lucky, and people who join our teams, they always seem to like kind of join the team really well and really strongly.
So that's good. We've got a game against one of our local rivals from Kidderminster, and it's going to be a tough game for all of us, I think, even those on the sideline.
I'm Grace Nascimento, and I'm 17 years old, and I play for Aston Villa, Women's Under-21s Academy. So I started at Grassroots with the boys, Tenbury United. And then when I was 12 or 13, I went to trial for West Brom, and I got in. And then I played at West Brom for maybe like 2 or 3 seasons. And then I left to join Villa, and I've been there ever since. Oh yeah, so when I was at West Brom, I got scouted for England, and then I played for England since under 14s all the way to now until I got injured. But yeah, when you're younger, when I was younger, obviously because girls football wasn't as big, the opportunities were like slimmer. So like I had to play with boys. There was no like girls grassroots teams around here or anything where I live, so it was a lot harder. But then in terms of, I guess in terms of women's football and men's football, men's is a lot higher and a lot more competitive, so I guess it was easier in a sense. I always loved playing football, like my dad got me into it, so I loved playing football since I was like a kid, and like I guess as I got older it kind of got more serious and I was like, oh, okay, I want to be a professional footballer.
Grace is a huge role model to these girls. We were really lucky that when Grace was Aston Villa, I think she still is at Aston Villa, she came and did a coaching session with the girls. She just came down to the Palmers. She was really involved with them all. She was doing uppies, kicky uppies with them. She did some reffing for them, and she's a really great role model, and she's proof that you can do it. If you put your mind to it and you work hard, you can get there. And I think that it's incredible for these girls to grow up in an environment and in a community where you have someone that is so successful like Grace. Grace wasn't just incredible on the pitch, she's an amazing person, and she would take any time out to help younger children to develop her game because she's been there, and her path was a lot different. She didn't have the exposure as much with the girls playing football. She played a lot with the boys, and so her journey is a lot different to the girls that are coming up now, but she's just, yeah, I'm in awe of her. I think her success is incredible. I think she's an incredible player.
So I was playing for England against USA back in February, and I literally come on for I was on the pitch for about 5 minutes, and me and this girl, we were sprinting to get the ball, and we both kicked the ball at the same time, and I can remember just feeling and hearing a pop and a crunch. I can remember thinking I've done something here, and then I can just remember people rushing over and stuff, and it wasn't very good. I did my ACL, my MCL, my LCL and my meniscus. This is the first time I've had a big injury, so I'll be out for the recovery time's 12 months, but I'll be out longer because I've got to have another op next week. When I did it, my first thought was am I going to be able to play again? Because when they told me how bad it was, I was like, this is quite significant. So it's always scary. But even before I did it, and I know a lot of people from my team, they say the same thing where you step onto the pitch and because this injury is so common in women's football now, it's happening all the time. It's once you step on the pitch, you're kind of in the back of your mind, you're always worried about it and scared oh, is it going to be me today? But yeah, so it's the first time, yeah. You have to think of the positives of it, do you know what I mean? So I can focus now more on school than I did when I was playing football, because I've got more time to, focus on it. And I guess surrounding myself with family and friends, you kind of helps you forget sometimes, which is good, but sometimes you do need to think about it and kind of go through it, if you know what I mean. We have our own, we have our psychologist, so I have chats with him maybe once every month, maybe once every couple of weeks, and that helps a lot, because you need to talk to people when you're going through something like that, because it is a traumatic experience to be took away from the thing you're used to doing every single day. So yeah, they've supported me really well. I kind of think about it it is what it is. I can't go back and change it, so I've got to keep going and stuff. So rehab's long, but it'll be worth it in the end, once I get back on pitch.
control, girls! Talk!
I think obviously I want to further on my education as well as football, so I'm still deciding what I want to do, but I think probably I'll obviously pursue another career in something else other than football, but I don't know what yet.
It's 1-0 at the moment, unfortunately, but overall, well, I think it should be a draw at the moment. I think we've got the majority of the possession. We told them at half time, I think definitely got goals in us, so just need to get that equaliser as early as we can.
Yeah, but that goes back to the middle of the pitch. We're just giving them a bit too much time. So midfielders, if you're a midfielder second half, let's win the ball a bit quicker in that middle of the pitch. Yeah. Listen, carry on doing that sort of thing. Passing, moving, through balls out through to Kat and Danny. Just working really hard, but just give us that little bit extra that we should be able to do anyway because the pitch is a bit better. Maya, when you're running with that ball, just have a look a little bit earlier. See if you can do something a little bit earlier. Sometimes they're just snubbing us out. All right, so we get our head up. See if there's a pass, see if there's a shot. Right, there's the team, girls. So starting with the subs, Stella, Ava.
I mean, football's like a team game, and it's helped a lot with like almost like making friends and being part of a community, and like it opens up a lot of opportunities for me outside of football as well as inside.
should have been in, you know, we could have easily won that game. Easily won that game, but it was hard work. We said, what did we say before the match? It was going to be hard work, and we needed that extra 10%. And I think, listen, I think you did give us that 10% extra 10%. It was a good match. Final score, we lost 2-1. I think if we'd have got our goal a little bit earlier in the second half, I think it would have been, yeah, a bit different. So it's a little bit frustrating, but I think it was a good match. They're a good team, the opposition. We didn't play badly at all, so it was a good match. There was a lot of niggly stuff going on, a little bit of niggly fouls and things like that, but nothing too bad. It was just a close match. Just a bit unfortunate. I mean, I don't know if you caught at the end, some of the girls were a little bit sad and some almost upset, and we try and, obviously it's difficult because they want to win, but we're not the sort of team that just goes out to win at all costs. So it's finding the balance of getting them playing football, good football, but not going out to win at all costs. But obviously, like I say, they want to win and they're upset when they don't win, especially when it's so close.
I think I would try and bring football into my future because I really enjoy it. I think it's like a really good sport and I really love sports.
That's one of the reasons we moved to the club we're at now, Wolverley FC. So they've got plans for a women's team. So there'll be a pathway all the way up to the women's team as of next season or the season after. Hopefully they'll progress onto the older age groups. And yeah, in the next couple of years here at Wolverley we'll have an open age women's team. So they'll be able to go on to play for as long as they like.
The football journey doesn't just stop. The football journey can continue into ladies football. There are lots of different clubs around, and I'm hoping that we will, as we are growing, grow with them as well. But as a coach, I'm opening doors to them to be able to do that as well.
I guess as you go through the age groups, it gets more, it gets tougher and more competitive. And obviously now that I'm in the 21s, especially, like, you want to break through to first team, so this is like the hardest it's going to get. And then but I think as well, now that women's football's getting bigger, especially on, like, you know, TV and stuff like that, the pressure's like getting even more, and like the chances and opportunities are slimmer now and probably will get slimmer and slimmer as time goes on, but yeah.